This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Happy New Year, everyone. Jodi Harty joining us again. She's the owner of Elements of Wellness. She is a board-certified hormonal coach, board-certified drugless practitioner, also best-selling author. And we're excited that she's back here on the show today to talk more about you, your health. And of course, in this new year, what are you going to do about it? I think you deserve to make yourself better inside and out. And she's here, of course, promoting a wellness like you would not believe. Then welcome back, Jodi. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm jealous that you're in a tank top and I'm in long sleeves.
Hey, no. It's
It must
40
be
something
a little
degrees.
warmer there.
No, it's 40 something degrees in New York, but I'm actually sweating today because I have the heat on. So I'm feeling good, but I know it's cold. And
Ah,
for those that don't know, you're over in Canada, right?
yeah, Western Canada, so we get gold.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for being here and perfect time to talk to you because this is the start of the year. And, a lot of people say, oh, New Year's resolutions. No. This is a good thing and it's time to get yourself in check the holistic way. So tell us just a little overview of what you provide, Jodi.
Yeah, so I believe in testing, not guessing. And for women, standard blood work is great when we're looking for an overall, but it does not give you a comprehensive view of all your systems and how they're working. So I provide genetic testing to activate the genes that are not working correctly so that they can start absorbing nutrients and supplements the way that they were supposed to versus you just not absorbing what you're ingesting. I also do dried urine hormonal labs. So this is measures the metabolites in the urine. So that's everything that is being absorbed by the cell. The difference between the urine and the blood is the blood, we check the serum. We're not actually looking at what's getting into the cell. Now, this works great for men because they're on a 24-hour hormonal cycle. So they are the same from
Really?
day in to day out. Women, we are not the same. Yeah, men
Didn't know that
like,
about men. Didn't
they get
know
those
that.
testosterone spikes. Yeah, and they can get into a bar fight and then 5 minutes later be fine because that is their natural rhythm. Women, in comparison, if we get into a verbal or maybe even physical, hope not, that lasts for a week or two. We are mad, and everybody in our field gets mad with us, right? Because that testosterone spike lasts, and we don't get that instant decrease after it's released. So women are anywhere from 21 days to 42 days. We're not the same. So this is why blood work is failing women because it's only measuring the serum and not the metabolites that are actually being absorbed into the cell. So that's my job. I go in there and I look at everything from hormones to adrenals to melatonin to circadian rhythm, 4-point cortisol, you name it, I'm looking at it. And then we do sensitivity testing. Sensitivity testing is different from allergy testing. Sensitivity testing can measure the IgG4 levels, which sometimes it doesn't always turn into an allergy, but if you have a high sensitivity level, it can. So this is why women are like, I used to be able to eat chicken and now I can't. And I don't understand why. It's because the sensitivity went unchecked and it turned into an allergy. It turned into even more of a sensitivity where that like your eyes swell, your nose is running, and you just avoid it because you know how it makes you feel. So included with all of that, I then create programs that are designed for you around your genetics, around your hormones, and all of the systems that help regulate those, and around your sensitivity. So it's not a eat this way, eat that way, avoid this, avoid that. This is actually custom designed for you. And once we get that, that's where your roots grow. We can't do any changes without changing your soil of where your roots grow. So once we have that foundation, Then we get into the life. Then we get into like, how can we support what your nutrition and possibly supplements are wanting to do in your system and make your life match what you want your results to be? Because we can't have one without the other. If we try and do one without the other, it's like putting a band-aid on a waterfall. It's not going to work.
Well, let's talk about what does work. And specifically, I know for the new year, you have some intention in mind to bring us some news and about, the testing you do, and of course, what you can help us with to better ourselves inside and out.
Right. So a lot of times we have to look at life. Once we've got your foundation complete and you're on the right track, we start looking at your life. We start looking at your marriage or your relationships. We start looking at how you function as a parent, if you're a parent, how you function at work. I know a lot of corporate women are like, Jodi, I'm losing my words. I can't hold conversation. I'm dumb in the boardrooms. I like help me out here. And this is normal. This is normal for middle-aged women, okay? But we don't have to live with it. We don't have to actually ask for accommodations. We don't have to feel like we're going crazy. This is all body communication that something is wrong and it needs to be addressed. So it's a matter of understanding that and okay, what is wrong and how do we set you up for success? So we're going to look at your stress responses, first of all, in your labs. And then we're going to start creating a life. So if you're in the corporate world, we're going to say, okay, so are you able to delegate? Are you
Mhm.
able to block book yourself? Because quite often women lose track of where they are because we're always multitasking, right? And we're great for that. And we've got noise always in our head of like the next thing to do. And so we start block sorry, block booking ourselves so that each task has a time frame. And once that time frame is up, we move on to the next one. Now, we have to be very realistic, and we do
Mhm.
this starting from the time we wake up. So we put your wake up time in your calendar. We put your eat time in your calendar. We have the getting ready in your calendar, the commute time in your calendar, because what a lot of women end up doing is overbooking themselves. And then we hear it all the time, and we probably have friends like this, and they drive me crazy, but I love them. They're late. They're late by 30 minutes, an hour. Sometimes, if you're members in my family, they're 2 hours late. So it is learning to navigate backwards of looking at your day, what your responsibilities are, looking at your non-negotiable negotiables versus your negotiables and fluctuating and making time work for you. So that's a huge one when looking at women who are forgetting words, who feel like they can't keep up, who cannot hold themselves in the power position in those boardrooms like they used to. So that's crucial. That's like number one thing. Start working with your calendar. Second one, sleep. We
Yep.
know this. Everybody talks about sleep, okay? And I have mentioned it in another podcast that I did with you, where I believe in a power night versus a power morning. If we are not getting adequate sleep, and your genetics will tell me how many hours of sleep you need. I have people that can go off of 6 hours of sleep, and I have people that actually know you need like 9 to 10 hours of sleep. And so if you're working with your genetics, you're working with your circadian rhythm, you can actually start improving your quality of sleep because a lot of hormonal imbalances is either insomnia and we don't sleep or chronic fatigue where we could sleep all day long and still need to sleep another day long. So we look at all of that. And if we're not getting quality of sleep, there is no way that we can actually implement a really great power morning because we're just going through the motions, which then stresses our 4-point cortisols. It stresses out our adrenals. It puts us into survival mode. And when we're in survival mode, what do you think the priority is in balancing hormones?
Not
It's
good.
not,
Not
right?
good.
Like
Doesn't exist,
no
right? Uh-uh.
human, no, no human body thinks about balancing hormones and procreation, because, like, let's be honest, that's what our cells do
Mm-hmm.
when it's in survival mode,
Yeah.
right? You're running from that tiger, and it's like,
Yep.
oh, let's make a baby. Let's balance hormones so that menopausal symptoms don't
You're so
happen.
funny. Yeah. Like,
Doesn't
no,
work that way.
no.
So, organizing calendar, having a power night. And a lot of women are like, well, if I'm not sleeping, like, what can I do about that? There's so much we can do about that, but we got to test first of figuring out why. Where is that link disengaging so that we can reconnect it? And without testing, there's no, I have clients that have over supplemented with melatonin because it's like it's supposed to help you sleep.
Yeah.
They're in the 3000s. Normal levels are between 17 and 84. They're over supplementing and it's causing short-term memory
Wow.
loss. And researchers don't know that if short-term memory loss can be improved once you reduce your melatonin intake. So
Okay.
this is another reason why people think they're going crazy, because, like, I'm doing the things, I'm taking the
They're
vitamins, and I'm doing
doing,
this and
mm-hmm.
I'm doing that, and it's making it worse. Yes. Yes, it is making it worse, and you can over supplement and cause yourself more harm. So this is another reason why I say, let's test, don't guess, let's get to the root to the problem, and let's start fixing it on a cellular level and incorporating the life. The next option, not option, but next step that I take my clients through is just look around your office, look around your car, look at your home. If you have so much clutter around your home, and I know people who are professional clutter organizers and they love their clutter and it has a place for everything. But I'm telling you that the brain is like a computer and it registers everything. And the more stuff that is around you, the more the brain has to keep things organized. So I used to be a person that my office was my car because I was driving all the time
You
and
are
my
talking
car
to someone
was
who is so
a wreck.
disorganized. My house is a wreck, and this is something I'm struggling with, Jody, very on a grand scheme of things. And now the holidays and the putting stuff, but I have piles of stuff all around my office, piles in my kitchen, piles in my living room, no furniture in one room, it became the kids' toy room, and there's piles up the steps of mail. There's piles now of the stuff that has to go in the attic. But hear me out. I've been like this always. It's just getting worse. I have one room filled with bins and kid toys. It is, this weighs on me so deeply every day. Even in my bathroom, I have a double sink. One sink has all crap and junk in it. And every time I clean it, it just fills back up again. And the floor, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's a mental type of issue. I don't know what it is, but I need some help. But thank you for bringing that up, because to have this weighs on you and it affects you so much.
Oldest daughter, she swears she has ADHD, nothing diagnosed, but she loves to see all of her things. She has nothing if she can't see all of her things. So all of her clothes, all of her makeup, all of her accessories, everything is like just splayed out everywhere.
Yeah.
However, when it gets to that point, she gets snappy. She can't remember things.
Yeah.
She becomes very irritated, and it's oh, we're women. We love
Yeah.
living together, as I say, through gritted teeth, right? And so every week, even though she's an adult, I'm saying, okay, you need to go through your room now, right? You need to put things away. And what I recommend to my busy moms, my corporate CEOs, is start with the easiest room.
Yeah.
Start with the easiest room and just block book your calendar, like, okay, Tuesday morning from 9 a.m. to 11, I'm going to go into the easiest room, because that will give you more of an instant result than trying to tackle the kitchen where everybody lives and where everybody congregates and where things are always happening in,
Good
right?
point. Thank you.
Right? So start with the easiest room. This will give you some satisfaction. And I always tell my clients, make yourself some rules. And this goes back into the calendar work as well, is if it's Tuesday, we're decluttering for 2 hours, we're decluttering for 2 hours, and that is a standing appointment. The less the brain has to work. We see the staple. Do you guys have staples
I
in the
love
United States?
Staples. Yeah, I haven't seen a
Okay.
commercial. What commercial is this?
Okay, so the commercial that says just push the easy button and it's a
Oh,
red
yeah, yeah,
button,
yeah, yeah. We have the easy
back
button.
to
Yeah, yeah,
school
yeah.
shopping, easy button. Okay, so we want to do this the same way for
Okay.
our brain. The more standing appointments that we can have in our days,
Yep.
so whether that, okay, decluttering, right? Tuesdays, 9 to 11, we're going to declutter, right? And you're going to start with the easiest room, always.
Okay.
Easiest room, start with the easiest room, okay? And then we're going to build up to that, right? We're going to go into the next one, I would say, is your bedroom, right? Your bedroom needs to be a quiet oasis. That goes into power nights. If your bedroom is filled with clutter, if your bedroom is filled with everything on the walls, everything on the dressers, everything on the bed, I know, like for me, my habit is to put the clean laundry on the side of the bed that I
Yep.
don't sleep on. And
Exactly.
then, I'll get to it when I get to it. No, I have a standing appointment with myself that this is the task that it gets done, right? So it can be there for
Yeah.
6 days, but then after 6 days, it gets done,
Okay.
right? I have this with my bathrooms. I have this with my kitchen. Kitchen is a little bit more often, right?
Yeah.
That is in the every evening, okay? Kitchen is closed. I used to have a rule when my kids were younger where like 8 p.m., that kitchen is closed. There is no
Yeah.
more drinks, there's no more snacks, there's no more cooking, there's nothing. And
Yes.
younger
Thank
meaning
you.
like yeah, anywhere from 8 years old to like 16, 17 when their circadian rhythm reverses and they want to stay up all night. This is where it's like, okay, 8 p.m., you're done. You're not making messes in the kitchen. You're not making noise because I'm going to bed at 10. Like this has to be done, right? Um, and just have that tidy time. Have half an hour in that kitchen in your power nights, in your calendar, in your set, structured, standing appointments with yourself. This is when I tidy the kitchen. And now you can have downtime. Now you can like start turning your brain off. You can start journaling. You can start listening to your favorite music. Turn off other electronics. No
Yeah.
exposure to blue lights, right? We're in front of screens all the time.
Oh,
We are living in a fast-paced world. You and I are in front of a screen right now because it's our
all the time.
job, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this messes with our circadian rhythm and it affects power nights. So when we're able to turn off for at least an hour, ideally two, but like I work with clients. I don't just say, okay, 2 hours, blue screens off, right? It's like, okay, can we do half an hour? Can we
Yeah.
do half an hour and can we start there? So the more standing appointments that we have with ourselves, that easy button, the brain doesn't then have to think once it gets into routine. And it can just go, oh, it's 7 o'clock, time to tidy the kitchen. Oh, it's 9 a.m., let's declutter. Oh, now I have to go to physio. Now I have to go to work. Now I have to do this. And when we have those standing appointments, our brain doesn't have to think. So
Yeah.
then all the little clutter that we have around us, then it actually becomes easier to look at it and go, oh, I can put this over here and that will be its home. Oh, I can do this and it'll be its home because it's not busy trying to remember all of the tasks
Yeah.
that are like jumping at you at any given time. And it's not trying to keep organized all the things, all the piles that you have in your house, right? Of like, oh, I see this on the stairs and that's on the stairs and this is in the kitchen and that's in the bedroom and this is here and I got to do this. Oh, but look at over here, the
I
bathroom, right?
know.
Women are designed to be able to see everything. Christmas, great time. My husband, Jodi, the prime rib is still not cooked. I can see
Ah.
it's still not cooked. Jodi, the water needs to be full. I see that it needs to be full, right? Like doing all of these mental checks, right? Of like, okay, that needs to be done. This needs to be done. We're running behind. We're doing this. And we're constantly on. So the
Totally.
more we can slow things down, especially as
Whew.
women, because we are in this 28
Yeah.
day to 42-day cycle, right? The more we can slow things down, press that easy button, know when the tasks are going to get done, they're going to get done. And then our cortisols can start lowering. Then our stress hormones can start lowering. And then hormone balance can start happening. Circadian rhythms and sleep schedules can start happening. And all because we are now getting the proper nutrition that is designed genetically for us and we're not putting fires into our body with it anymore. We're actually calming them out, and everything starts falling together. And then our relationships get better. When we're less stressed, we actually communicate better. We can
Interesting.
pause,
Isn't that interesting? Yes.
right? Like when we're stressed, we know we're snapping at our husbands. We know we're snapping at our kids. We're like, go, go,
Oh,
go, let's
yeah,
go. We got to do
constantly. It's
soccer
horrible.
practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're eating in the car, we're getting kids dressed in the minivan, we're getting Cheerios spilled all over the place because the toddler is screaming, right? Like it's real world. It's real world, and it's not about like go take 5 minutes in the bathroom. No, when life is happening, we need tools to implement correctly right away, right? So I'm not one of these coaches that say, okay, we're going to do some emotional release. We're going to do some somatic works. Although I'm a
Yeah.
Reiki master, I have my
Yeah.
karuna. I believe in all of
Oh, wow.
that. But there's a time and a place for it. And if you don't have the practical strategies for the daily implementation to lower that stress, we can do all the somatics we want. Yay. We can
So
take
true.
all the supplements we want. We just got expensive urine because we're not absorbing them, right? Like we need the practical strategies first. Then we calm down. Then we take ourselves out of survival mode. Then we can look at our relationships and go, honey, I snapped at you here. I want to circle back to that because that was inappropriate. Versus in the heat when you're really hot and you're arguing, and he's like, you're snapping at me. And I'm like, I am not. You're asking me dumb questions, right? Like it's just, that's not going to fly.
So true. Oh my gosh.
So, Jillian, because you say your home, I'm going to put you on the spot here because you say
Please.
your home is cluttered and you've got so many piles and stuff. What did I just say that like really resonated with you that you think you might want to try?
To try one room first, the small room, not the main kitchen where everyone conglomerates. And to be honest, I'm stuck in that kitchen every night trying to clean up that mess of just the day's activities. You're right. So much happens there. The homework, the emptying out of the backpacks, the water bottles, the snacks, the stuff they strew everywhere. Then there are video games and their snack packs and then there are juice boxes. And then it's lunch because it's like lunch after school. And then it's dinner, the pots, and I'm constantly cleaning that. And I can never focus on the everything that's on the counters that I need to do. It's just a never ending saga, a never ending. But I can work on maybe the room that nobody's in that has all the stuff. There's a lot of clothes that need to be donated. There's a lot of clothes in there, even my old clothes. It's filled. You can't even. I'm not embarrassed. I can send you a picture. It's embarrassing to most people.
Send it.
It
Send
is.
it.
It is horrible. Okay, I will. I'm gonna text you. It is horrible. But like I'm just telling you, this is how my house is. So I need to maybe start on that room instead of trying to overwhelm in the kitchen. Every day I say I'm going to do this little part of the counter, and then I never get it done because we're in there 24/7. So I'm taking that piece away today because that's something I never tried. I keep trying the big part, and I can't do it, and it hasn't done anything. So maybe that's part of my problem.
And
Seriously.
how old are your kids? I
They're
don't know.
10. Oh, one just turned 11 on Monday. So 11 and 8. So really like 9 and 11. He'll be 9 next month. So yeah. Their rooms are even, well, one room is good. One is a little messy, but it's like my room. You can't even go in my room either. So
Okay.
I don't know where to start.
So if you were a client of mine, I'd say yes, start with the simplest room, right?
Mhm.
And then two, your kids are of an age where they can actually help. They're past the age where they want to impress mom and do whatever they say as a toddler, right?
Yes.
But they can help with the kitchen. Like the juice boxes don't need to sit on the counter. They are fully capable of putting those juice boxes in the recycling for you. They are fully capable of taking the recycling out. I don't know if you have a trash bin or like how it works where you are, but like they are fully capable of putting the recycling out the night before the pickup
You're
truck
right.
comes,
You're
right?
right.
So even being able to delegate, and I have a list on my fridge, and I call it a revolving list, right? It changes, and I will put River, please take out the garbage Wednesday, right? Summer, please clean the bathroom Thursday, right? And sometimes this changes because you have
Yeah.
company coming over or we have extra time. So it's like, you know what, I'm just going to do this. But then they get another list. Like River cleans my upstairs for me. Okay. So physically, I can't clean my whole house all at one time. So I actually pay River to clean the upstairs for me. And that happens every other Thursday. So I do all the
Okay.
tidying. I do
Yeah.
all of like
Yeah.
the things that need to be done so that she can just get in there, do the job, and get out,
Okay.
right? So we, as a family, and women often forget about this because we're told to be independent all the time, right? We actually live
Yeah.
as a collective. We live as a community, and everybody in the community does their part to help one another out. Like, I'm sure you order dinner. Your kids aren't ordering dinner for you. You are. You're making dinner. Your kids aren't making dinner. You are, right? So, as a collective, you're making sure that they have the things they need to survive. You're paying the bills. You're making sure they have a house over their head,
Yeah.
a roof over their head,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Like you're
Got it. I
getting them
got
to
it.
school, whether it's driving, whether it's buses, whether it's cabs, whether it's, somebody else picking them up. You're insured. Like you've got so much on your plate. Your kids are more than capable of emptying the garbages. Your kids are more than capable of emptying their own backpacks, putting things away, right? So it's
You're
raising
right.
that bar. And we often forget that it wasn't long ago when we were developing our countries and pioneers were coming.
Mm-hmm.
12-year-olds were building homesteads.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. You're right.
Young teenage girls were helping raise families. And I'm not saying let's go back to that. I'm not, right? I do believe
No,
that kids
no.
should be kids. But at the same time, they are capable of so much more than we give them credit for. And when we raise that bar, they rise to meet it. They might push back a little bit, but then they will rise to meet it. So we have to teach them how we want the job done. Otherwise, we're just yelling and saying, you did it wrong, and I might as well do it myself. We have to teach them how to do it the way that we want it done. And then we have to let them. And then is there accountability being there? So that's one thing that I would also encourage you is get your kids involved, right? Put in standing appointments with them of like, okay, Josh, I don't know the name of your kids, but like Josh and Rebecca, right?
Austin and Jackson. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it.
Yeah, right. Like, okay, Jackson,
Yeah.
Thursdays, this is what you're going to do. Okay, Austin, Tuesdays, this is what you're going to do, right? And start small. Don't make it a huge thing. They are more than capable of putting their video games away and out of the kitchen, right? So it's the small, mundane tasks that it like just exhaust us moms because it's all the little micromanaging. And if we can delegate, how much better are our careers? How much better is our family? How
Oh
much better
yeah.
is our relationship with our kids? And all of a sudden, we're not screaming and yelling at our kids. Like I used to be the mom that yelled all the time
Guilty.
in order to get her kids to do what they wanted. And it's like, oh, well, mom's crazy. Right? No, it's because I said it 10 different times first. But after the collision and I lost my daughter, I knew I was raising two grieving children.
Oh,
And I had to be gentle and I had to figure out a different way. And the calendar work came in crucial because it was an open calendar. Kids could see what I was doing, they knew what was on my plate.
yeah.
So then when I asked them, I'm like, hey, I need help. So even as a mom, and your kids are old enough, you could list out everything that you're responsible for. Have it visualized for them. Like these are all the things that mom does. What is something that you would like to do to help me out? Right. And
Okay.
with our partners, we can do the same, right? Like
I
this is
like this.
everything that I do, right? If you do something off of this list, please cross it out
Okay.
so that I know like, and then it gives them more control of like, okay, I can do the dishes. Okay, I can clean the kitchen. Okay, I can clean my room. My mom doesn't need to help me clean my room. My
I
mom.
like this. Thank you.
We,
Thank you for all the advice. We still got
yeah.
3 more minutes, honey. Go for it. We got time today. Go, go, go.
Yeah, so this affects our relationships because especially our romantic ones, because how many women get touched out, especially when we're in hormonal balance and especially when we just have young kids, right? When we have young kids, our kids are on us all the time and we get touched out. And then our partner feels like they're being neglected because like we don't initiate anymore, we don't express affection anymore,
Yeah.
or we don't talk to them anymore. Well, we're so tired, right? So this affects us how we respond. If we're not so tired anymore because people know where they can jump in and help, and we become a master at being able to delegate age appropriately, and we're able to come back to those heated topics with our partners and go, hey,
Yeah.
can I have a do-over? And I always call them open conversations, right? They're open conversations that are never finished because life changes. We change. We're not the same as we were when we were 20 versus how we are in our 40s or 50s, right? So being able to have the idea and the concept of open conversations in the home means that we can circle back to anything that we feel we're in conflict with without the other getting mad. And I mean, I do this, I'm going to get I do this with the sex talk in the home. I do this
Mm-hmm.
in relationship. Like it's an open conversation, and whatever their beliefs turn out to be as adults, at least if we have this open conversation, I know how to support them and I know where they're at. And if my partner comes to me and he says, "Hey, this isn't working. You said this last week and I'm really struggling." I'm probably in a better frame of mind a week later to circle back with him and go, "Huh, I never knew that you took it that way. That's actually not what I meant at all." Right?
Yeah.
Or I can do some self-reflection and go, "Oh,
Oh, exactly. Oh my
I
gosh.
messed up there."
So, no,
Right?
I get it. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we got to kind of wrap up. I'm glad we are able to stay extra long today for you because you have a lot to say. And thank you for your own guidance in helping me. Jodi, how do you want to kind of sum up for today? Thank you.
Yeah, for those, I'm going to be in Vegas in February 22nd at the Empower Her event at the Allegiant Stadium. I would love it if you guys came to see me there. If you're in the area, let's have a conversation. Let's have a one-on-one. I will make time for you. And then also, the girl on the left is looking for authors.
Oh,
That is
wow.
a book series that I'm part of. And if you have a story, if you have an experience, we are all about empowering women and helping them rise with us. We don't leave them behind,
Nope.
right? And
Nope.
we honor who we used to be. Instead of looking back with regret, we look back with appreciation, with respect, because she was strong enough to get us where we are today. So if you've got a story, we would love to connect with you and have you part of our next book series because we do have lifetime publishing. It reads like Chicken Soup for the Soul, but it is designed for women. So would love to have you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. We appreciate your time here and thank you for all this information today. And thank you again, Jodi, for me specifically. Elementsofwellness.org. Reach out to her and we'll talk again, I hope, next week. Can't wait to hear more.
Yeah, send me a picture.
All right. Thank you. I
Bye.
will. Thanks, Jodi. Bye bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.